For many of us, Ascension is a new age term that denotes greater version of you. What exactly is Ascension, and how do we achieve it? But how many of us truly understand its origins? And what is the truth of Ascension? In a word, it is self-awareness and a greater understanding of your place in the world, and the integration of the self-imposed limitations and the ability to break free from them. Ascension is a process of evolving from an awakened, unfulfilled state to a higher level of consciousness, awareness, and spiritual enlightenment. It involves transcending limitations by integrating spirit and matter, which often includes a challenging period of self-reflection and shadow work to confront those repressed aspects of oneself. The ultimate goal of the state of oneness with the divine and a more conscious, self-aware, and responsible existence. For many of us, having the understanding that we are more than our physical bodies. And how do we know this is true? This process is a very individualized journey of discovery and emotional intelligence that goes beyond the day-to-day life of human existence. So tonight we'll be speaking on the process of ascension, the transition, the shadow work, the integration, the inner transformation, the value of the Christ consciousness, transcendence, and ultimately that divine state of being, that divine state of oneness. So now let's join the panel for another fascinating discussion on this topic. Hey everybody, welcome to Andromeda 7, your celestial gateway. Hey, it's good to see you all, beacons of light out there. Thank you for joining us tonight. Look at who we've got tonight, a full panel. Sophia's with us. It's so good to have you back, Sophia. Thank you. Brian, always a pleasure. Glad you're able to make it. I know you're in Arizona and with Trina tonight, so lots of love to Trina. And of course, the adorables, Jasmine and Nick. So good to have you guys on as well. I've been missing you all very much. And look who's here with me. Teresa is in the same room. Down, girl.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you again.
That's awesome. So yeah, tonight we're talking about what is the truth of ascension. And it seems like it's kind of a convoluted topic for a lot of people that are just now coming into an awakening. And what is this awakening thing? And all these terms and all this stuff that's going on and loosely thrown out there, some misconceptions and things that people think are that ascension is. And, you know, when you come into an ascension, you're not a perfect person. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to be the best person you can be personally to yourself. So it's not about what everybody else thinks about you. It's about, what do I think about me and how do I want to be in the world? And I want to be the best version of myself I can possibly be. And I'm not striving for perfection. I'm just striving for some simple things like emotional well-being and balance, and trying not to let things get to me and that kind of stuff. And just to kind of control, you know, my feelings and to understand what's really going on, and you know, just those types of things. So I've got a couple slides to go over tonight, but also I wanted to let you guys know that Sophia's going to pull some cards for us tonight, which we're looking forward to that. So she'll have a message for all of us. And of course, Brian and Nick and Jasmine are going to bring a lot to the conversation. And of course,
Aww.
Jasmine's got her kitties. I think Jet's around there somewhere. Oh, there's Jet. Right on. Gotta love the kitty cats. I think it's interesting that they kind of hang out when you're on the show, kind of like soaking up that energy, right? Mm-hmm. It's all good. But before we do anything else, as the tail goes across the screen, I love it. Let's say hello to everybody. Hey, Steve Bow, how the heck are you? It's so good to see you. Yes, glad to have you with us. And Regine Huddleston, good to have you as
Hey,
well. Hope
Regine.
you're doing good. Mary Wins, I am so glad to see you. How are you, sister? I hope everything's well for you. I'm sure it's going good. Elderberry, peace and love, brother. It's good to see you as well. Wonderful to have you with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Yep. And let's see. I just want to make sure I've got everybody for the moment. And I know people are still kind of moseying in.
There's folks in chat, and we got other viewers too. So hello out there in Viewland.
Yeah, and the people that are just kind of hanging out.
Yep, Mary
Hi,
Mansfield.
hi, Mary. Hi, Mary Mansfield. Good to see you as well. Always a pleasure. I love seeing you here. Oh my goodness, is that Scotty Boy?
No.
Hello, Scotty
Whoa,
Boy.
yes.
What's up with the man? I love this guy. Missed you the last couple times. I hope you're doing very
He
well.
knew Sophia was coming back.
Yeah,
he did.
yeah,
So
the Sophia.
let's go, Spirit. Let's go.
I love that. Hi, Trina. Good to see you as well. Always a pleasure. Yep. Yeah, let's see who else we got. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody. Great, fantastic. I love it. Good to have you all here.
Yeah.
So Sophia, what does ascension mean to you? Does that mean anything? Is this just a term that gets tossed around all the time?
All the above.
Uh-huh.
It is one of the common words in this area of exploration. For me, like you kind of said in the beginning, it's having a better understanding of who I am, why I'm down here, that's what it is for me. It's a process. It continues. It's kind of like the fool's journey. Once you get through the major arcana, you do it again, but just, the next round, it's for people that are awake, if you will, that use their gifts and talents like most of us do. It's part of self-care. Being the best version of yourself you can be and to do the best you can with the people you're blessed to be around. That's what I feel is a part of it too, that we help each other, and it's a group activity. If you're looking about it, it's you, spirit, or you and physical people. It's a privilege, to be able to step into something higher, instead of being stuck in the same rinse repeat for decades, and bless those that are, but it really calls you out of your comfort zone and to pursue your northern node in astrology to, I don't know, I like just having a mission and pursuing it. And that's what Ascension is for me. It's a lifestyle.
Yes. I agree. Yeah. And also having that connection to spirit as well. Knowing that you're more than just the physical being that you are. And that's okay. I'm here having the human experience, but I'm also an eternal being of light. And I am a lot more than just the physical body, but understanding the two and being able to pull the two together. That's what's really fascinating to me. And what a journey it has been. No doubt about it.
No freaking kidding.
How about you, Brian? Thank you, Sophia. How about you, Brian? What is ascension to you?
3 simple words.
Okay.
I am one. I am one with myself. I am one with the all. I am one with everything that exists.
I love that.
You raise your consciousness high enough, you will see that you are one with yourself. You are one with the all. You're one with everything that you see and is in existence. It's getting to that consciousness level to realize that, we're down here, like we said, to have a human experience, but yet we are one.
Yeah.
All of us.
I am the
we're
light.
all connected.
I
am
the
love.
I
am
the truth.
I am peace. I am
I
free.
am.
I am sovereign.
Yes, it is. That's the key. That's the key to it. Yes, you're right, Trina. Yep.
Trina's right on.
I love that. And, Brian, do you have that connection to the spirit aspect of yourself as well?
Oh, yes. I may not work on it daily, but quite a few days a week that I am working on that oneness with myself. Because you have to go inside and do the work
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, Jesus even said it's all inside you.
Yep.
You have to go inside. If you don't go inside and you look externally, guess what? You'll always be looking. And once you go inside yourself and see that everything, like I said, it's one. Everything is one. You are part of the all.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Amazing. Jasmine, how about you? What's ascension to you, my dear?
Ascension to me is if I'm better than I was yesterday. It's all about improvement. It's all
Yeah.
about embracing how, like Brian was saying, yourself, embracing life, a good way that I test myself with ascension or to see how far I've come
Mm-hmm.
is if you try to sit and just allow the world to exist around you, like even the annoying sounds like traffic or the lawnmower or the dogs or whatever it is, without holding any negative or emotional feedback of like, oh, why can't this is interrupting my meditation, this is not the perfect scene, this is not how I'm supposed to be connected, whatever. Because I do, with my ADHD, I will get distracted by all of these noises and it would annoy me because I'm just like, I'm trying to do a good thing here and you're not letting me. So I test myself to see how better am I getting with being at one or at peace with everything around me. So,
And do you have that connection with spirit as well?
yes and no.
Ooh, what do you mean by that?
So I say yes because I know there's something there, and I say no because sometimes I'm just like, who are you and why are you here? Because it's sometimes a little uncanny about the things that spirit says to me throughout the day. Just because I meet so many people at my job and I'm just like, I don't want to know that. Or like they won't tell me like too graphic things because I've told them before that I just need a privacy door. But when I sit there and I watch myself like in third person, I'll be like, wow, this kid definitely has voices in her head. Interesting, like
So you're kind of observing yourself. Is that what you're saying?
yes. So
Yeah.
in those moments, so if you're really connected to source, right? Or if you have a strong connection, that's because you've built a long time of trust or you have a lot of faith, right? And you don't question it, you believe.
Intuition as well.
Right. You wholeheartedly go into it, right?
Yes.
The thing is that I'm not fully there yet of not questioning because I questioned everything. And so when I do let myself play and I go along with it, I get like these crazy readings, right? But at the end of the day, I'll be like, well, where did that come from? How did you get there? Why did that happen? Well, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And I'm just like, okay, like this is true. So I don't know. That's why I'm saying yes and no, because I do believe in source and I do believe in spiritual things and energy and all of that stuff. But I say no because I'm not at the 100% let me drink the Kool-Aid yet.
Okay.
I call that 100% of letting go.
Yes. That's why I say I test myself and to see
Yeah.
how much have I really let go yet.
That's right.
Just being honest. That's just
yeah. And I love that. I love that you're being honest because you got to be honest with yourself first and foremost. You just, and the thing with spirit is I never get anything from spirit that isn't truthful. And it's, if you really look at the information that you're getting, it really speaks for itself. At least for me, that's how it works, because the stuff they tell me and the stuff that I get from them is amazing. So it quickly makes a believer out of you when it's the information that you're receiving that's really being helpful and telling you what's going on. Yeah. Fascinating.
And sometimes it's the information and how you're interpreting it or perceiving it.
That's true too.
And you go, he let me down. That spirit didn't tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you were reading something else into it, maybe.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's usually what happens with me. They're not lying to me. I'm just not getting it till it happens. And then I'm like, ooh.
And you're like, okay,
wow.
wait a minute. Can I go back?
Pow pow.
Can I get a redo?
Yeah.
How about you, Nick? What's ascension to you? Thank you, Jasmine.
Okay, so to explain how I look at it, I first have to go into the etymology
Okay.
of the word truth. I really like how you worded the title today because that keyword is really important on this entire topic. So truth, by definition, is a conformity to fact or reality, or a fidelity, which means faithfulness. So what that means is it's a vote on what we say is true. So for an example, this is a rock, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this is also a rock.
Mm-hmm.
So we all at a general consensus will agree that both are rocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but as you can see, they both look different. One's a different size, they're also both different shapes. These are the different perspectives within truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Very good.
And that is also applied to ascension. So with that being said, the definition of true is absolute fact. It's true is actual reality. That's the difference between true and truth. So when people think of ascension, I'm bringing this up because when people think of ascension, they think of prophets like Jesus,
Yes.
and like how they symbolize in the pictures where they have that halo, that sun halo around their head, showing that they ascended.
Yes.
That is ascension, but you don't have to get to that level to ascend, if that makes sense. Everyone,
It does.
Yeah.
everyone's on a different level.
Yes.
Even people that you meet that are on the same level might be experiencing it and obtaining it differently from you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
So that's like how I brought up in the Rosicrucian doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When they were talking about how you spiral upwards in
Yes.
evolution.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same
The
concept.
Fibonacci. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone. All you have to do to ascend is to become better than your current self.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all that ascension means. It could be something mundane as like obtaining the habit of making your bed every day, or it could be something to the point where like you start hearing a spirit in your head to the point where you can start helping people with their problems because you're being that conduit, that mouthpiece, like someone like Sophia or Jim or Jasmine can do. It can be something grandiose like that, or it can be something really simple.
Mm-hmm.
You should give yourself a pat on the back regardless of what that step is, because any progress is good progress.
Right.
So
how
that's
about the truthfulness with yourself? How many of us are very truthful with our own emotions, feelings, thoughts, opinions?
Or think we are, but we're really not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a critical part of it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sophia?
It's a critical honesty and truth and love for me are like co-pilot values that I have, that who I am. I can't function the way I am without those essential components.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because if I can't be honest with myself, I'm no good to anybody, including myself.
Right.
So yeah, it plays a big part.
And everybody knows we've all gone through that, not being honest with people, not being honest with ourselves, not communicating that, not having integrity, not being able, we have to know what that is before we know what we want.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. But Teresa,
Nick.
Thank you, Nick. Teresa, what about you? What is ascension for you?
Okay, but Jazz just had her hand up.
Sorry, Jasmine.
Jazz, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, I was gonna say to be true to yourself, but you have to go deep. You can't just go with the superficial answers. You can't be like, "Well, I didn't like that." It's like, okay, well, why didn't you like it? I just didn't like it. Okay, but can you tell me more? Like, did you not like the taste? Did you not like the smell? Did you not like the way it made you feel? Like, there is truth.
Being blunt. You don't have to be blunt or direct. You can edit that a bit where you are not going to put somebody into a situation where it's going to hurt their feelings, even though those are their feelings they're having and they're not yours technically. But there are ways to be honest, but always being honest with yourself. But when you're trying to be honest with other people, you have to find that common ground, that balance of how you will express that, because people are going to take it the way they're going to take it. That's not on you, that's on them. And that's the truth of the matter.
Mhm.
But most people don't see it that way because you, Jasmine, are making me feel a certain way when you tell me the truth of something. Sophia wants to chime in. Just a sec. Sophia, go ahead, Jasmine.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, so what you're describing is just using discernment of how much of
Yeah.
it is yourself and how much of it can you actually tweak a little so where you're not rough around the edges. But
Right.
my point was when you're talking to yourself, like if you're journaling or if you're doing your shadow work and you're trying to be honest with yourself, be honest even with the ugly truth.
Absolutely.
That's why it's called shadow work, because you're looking at your shadow, the
Mhm.
thing that doesn't get a lot of light. So
Yeah.
even if it's something where, you know, you might have like some slight selfishness into it, that's okay. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Every emotion is valid. Every action is not.
Mhm.
But in order for you to discover who, what, when, where, why,
Mhm.
you have to look at the ugly truth sometimes.
Yeah, everything is what it is. It just is. Yeah. Sophia, you had a comment about that? Thank you, Jasmine.
I would say when I pursued shadow work and like being a better version of myself, I had to learn to be gracious with myself, that I'm the way I am for a very good reason, as did everybody else, and bringing respect to the table first has always worked for me. 'Cause a lot of people have it backwards. You know, respect is given, trust is earned. And some people like, oh, I totally trust you. I'm like, I got enough of those t-shirts.
Yeah.
Being nice to myself,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
embracing my nature.
Right. Most definitely. Wow. So I have a couple of slides I want to go over, and if anybody has anything popping up for you when I'm reading these, let us know, because I'd like to discuss.
Teresa.
Oh yeah, you threw me off by doing what
I'm
you
sorry.
did.
What I do?
It's all good. What's your idea of ascension there, Teresa?
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oblivious.
You're too
Okay.
busy reading chat.
No, I can't even see the chat because I need new glasses. Remember, I lost them. But what is my idea of ascension? I just learned something new these past couple weeks. By the way, I got my house. I'm settling on the 25th. Thank you for your prayers. I love you all. And I'm moving in on the 26th.
Yay!
To my new digs.
Congrats.
That's ascension. No.
Yeah. No, it is
Oh, I said
ascension.
it. Yeah.
That is ascension.
I've learned something new though throughout this whole process. And it comes right back to what we were just discussing. But and it's why I mentioned surrender when Jasmine was talking. It's taken on a whole new meaning for me. It used to mean, you know, Jesus up in the clouds ascending into heaven, you know, and Mary ascending into heaven, and the whole idea of leaving the earth in your human form and ascending. That was the religious undertones of it. And then there was the new age process of becoming your higher self, and I didn't really know what that meant. And I had been experiencing different flavors of it off and on. But for me, it's become something entirely different. It's complete surrender to your heart, to your self, your heart, your spirit, your divinity. You're not surrendering to anybody but yourself. So, Scotty, boy, I totally get it when you say, gee, you know, you think after 13 years, you finally got this ascension thing down, and then you start maybe doubting things here and there. Of course, when the carpet gets pulled out from under you, when you're totally blindsided by something you didn't expect, when something is so out of control that you can't control it because everybody else is controlling and you're not. That feeling of victimization, that feeling of why hast thou forsaken me, that feeling of why are you putting me through this? What's the test? What's the purpose? You start questioning not self, but something outside of self that isn't truth to me. So truth and ascension to me is the recognition that that's all within me. It's not in God's and goddesses' controls. It's not in the hands of the IRS or the closing agent or the buyer or the seller. It's all about me and where I am in my beingness in this situation right now?
How are you managing it?
How
are
am I
you dealing with it?
managing myself? How am I conducting myself through my thoughts, not just through my actions, but through I can sit here and have a crying session and stare at the ceiling and say, I'm in prison and why me? Why me? I'm being punished. What am I being? I've done everything I'm supposed to do. Or I can immediately let that go. And the best example I can give you, I was looking out the window the other day, and it has something, I don't want to go into the whole exercise until you're ready. But I was looking out the window and I was feeling pretty big. And this was before I was told, and, or as I had learned it, I think it was as I was in the process of
Sonia
Sonia
Choquette.
Choquette.
I learned this technique from watching her on Wisdom of the North.
Yes, Wisdom of the North. Yes. So there's this exercise, and I was like, I'm going to test myself with this exercise, and so
and you are connecting with your higher self, with the highest aspect of yourself.
But I didn't know that at the time.
Right. But we know this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, there's this exercise. It's like, picture yourself. In my case, it's picture yourself in your manufactured home. Picture your environment, look at it, feel yourself in it, feel it in your heart. And then she asked this question. She says, now ask yourself, what are you afraid of? What is frightening you about this? I'm like, huh? See, if you're not getting what you want, you're not attracting, you're not getting what you want. What is it that you're seeing that you don't like about what frightens you about it? And so I'm like, well, I'm scared I'm going to be stranded here and not have what I wanted and be like living out of a suitcase. Okay. So she had you do 2 or 3 things to visualize your fear, what makes you fearful of the situation. And then she does the opposite, says, now, open, and she makes you look at things and like objects in front of you. Like, what do you see? So at one point during this exercise, I saw the word entrance because it was the hotel parking lot. It said entrance. What's the next thing you see? And I said, golden nugget means wealth. It's a casino. It's cash. It's money. And then the third thing that I saw was a sign that says park here at your own risk. So it made me realize that what I had been doing for the past few weeks was entering into a space that's out of my vibration of trusting my inner intuition, trusting spirit, trusting that everything's going to be okay. I'm entering and I'm following the money, not the outcome of what can serve everyone. I'm following the sphere of not having enough, not getting what I need, losing the house, having to pay more for something else when I'm already paying more to sell mine because I've had to price drop so low. Money. And then the third sign, park here at your own risk. And I said to Lori, I'll be damned. I've been parking in that space at my own risk. I've been taking myself out of my natural vibration and putting myself and letting myself. So in the stream of things, just let go of all of it. And that's what I've been doing. And I've been practicing the exercise so that I can be thinking more positively about myself. I'm having a relationship with myself now, a new relationship with myself. And I have evolved out of this into a more objective observer of my own situation. To me, that's ascension. It's understanding that you have the ability to rise above any circumstances, no matter what those circumstances are. And the minute I started practicing, somebody called and gave me $500. Somebody else called. Somebody called and told me the house was sold. Somebody else. You see what I'm saying? All these things started happening
when you let go of the fear.
I just let go of the fear of those things and I was getting in my own freaking way.
Yeah. when you put that fear vibe out there, that's what the
And not-
universe is going to give you more of.
Right. Not recognizing who I was in the process.
Mhm. And faith is hard, knowing that everything's going to be okay. That's a tough one for people.
Because when you're in the down and the dirty, I mean, it doesn't look like there's a lot of hope. And why does this keep happening to me if I'm doing all these spiritual things? It's not happening to me. I'm happening to it by the way I'm experiencing it.
Mm-hmm.
So just change the way I experience it, and then I can see the value of it. And I can look back on it now, even 2 or 3 days ago, and go, that's the past. This is now. But what I learned 2 or 3 days ago strengthened me for what I just went through today.
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing I think that we learn as human beings when we come here is how to outgrow fear.
Yeah.
Because fear can totally stifle you. It can cripple you in many ways. It can keep you from, living your best life and doing things.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to outgrow it. And fear is like instilled in us from the time we're little. Don't touch that. It's hot. Oh, that's fear. I don't want to get burned.
Yeah.
And all these patterns get built up in you.
Yeah.
And you have to undo all this programming that you've had, most of your life. And that's the tough part.
And sometimes people are trying to say, will say, well, then you don't even accept God. You don't accept God in any. Oh, yes, I do. I'm very God-led and God-driven.
Mm-hmm.
It's the God that's part of me that's infused in me. I am an image of God.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
You're whole and part of God.
I
believe
am
that
the
with all my heart.
I am the all.
Yeah.
So by not trusting my own self, I'm not trusting.
You don't believe in God.
The creative source energy.
Yeah.
The God in me.
Yeah.
And the God in you.
Yes, exactly.
So
yeah. Interesting. So what I wanted to do was just go over a couple of things here. Hopefully this helps somebody in the audience that is maybe new to this process. I know a lot of you, we've talked a lot about this. We've done a lot of shows. We've said it so many different ways. But really the first portion of Ascension is that transition from a passive, unaware state to one that's active and self-aware. So I used to say to myself, I'm consciously aware of my thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. That's really the tip of the iceberg there on the transition. So you're going from I'm being led by my emotions to I'm aware, I'm self-aware of what's happening and what is coming out of my mouth, how I'm dealing with people, what I'm saying, is all that matching. And so that's really the beginning aspect of it is you're paying more attention to your thoughts. Why am I thinking these thoughts? Because I'm aware. Somebody's okay. Anyway, and a lot of times when you're going through this process, it can be difficult. You can sometimes have depression, a little bit of sleeplessness when you're starting to make that transition, because not only are you mentally reprogramming your brain, but you're also reprogramming the feelings that you're having, and you will experience some form of ascension physically, an ascension symptom. And those can range from slight deafness, itchy skin, all kinds of things, because when you start to change the way your brain thinks and reacts to things, your body cellularly has a reaction to it. And I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't aware of that until it happened to me. But that's interesting. So that transition is that process of really being aware of everything you're talking about and what's coming out of your mouth. Is it truth? Am I lying to people? Am I baiting people? What am I, you're just more consciously aware of it. Then you get into the shadow work. And Sophia, you and I both know the shadow work is the hardest part, because you got to really look at yourself. And Ascension requires facing the shadow self. And that's a repressed parts of yourself. And you're hiding during your life. You're squashing these emotions and things down. A lot of us have trauma, lots and lots of trauma that we've dealt with, and a lot of guilt over things we've done, said, been with other people. How do you let that all go? How do you forgive yourself? Well, John the Baptist, didn't he
Yeah.
baptize Christ, Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
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 And in doing so, what he did is he just said, you're absolved of all that has happened in the past, and you can forgive yourself. People can't forgive themselves. They won't allow
No.
themselves to move past that.
Mhm.
And so that's part of the hard work of the shadow work. And that's going to lead to a more authentic whole self when you do. Sophia, any thoughts on that shadow work aspect?
Well, for me, it was learning to love the fractures of what had happened and learning to love myself so I can stand whole and complete. I mean, a lot of my shadow work was calling back pieces of myself that when I was navigating trauma and unsafe things when I was younger, for me, shadow work was finally telling the inner child, you're safe.
Mm-hmm.
Safe. You're okay now.
Mm-hmm.
And that may sound basic and simple, but if the trauma happens when you're a child, then sometimes you have to go pretty far back in
Mm-hmm.
order to get momentum to learn to love yourself again.
Yes.
Because for me, when I pursued shadow work and it was not in a state of love and acceptance of a situation, which that in and of itself can take time,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still shadow work. Just if people think, oh, I'm writing in a journal, that's shadow work. Yes, part of it. That's the fire side of shadow work,
Mm-hmm.
is putting the paper and the pen together to let the healing and the
To bring it
acceptance,
out in the open,
and the
to really
wholeness.
look at it.
Yeah, but doing it with love. And some people have taught themselves that it's okay to be disrespected. That was a hard one for me to regain ground, that I was worthy to be talked to reasonably. Because But shadow work is very different for different people, depending on where you've been and what your intention is.
Yeah.
Some people never do it.
Yeah. And trauma can be held in the cells of your body your entire life. And so it's not going to be real easy to get it out or to expose it. But once you start doing that work and you start discovering, especially if you've got spiritual awareness, that you've got a spirit or a spirit guide or someone that you're working with, they can help you really dig deep and work that out. And that really, to me, that was the hardest part of Ascension, of the process of Ascension, was really facing that shadow work and those traumas. Go ahead, Sophia.
The challenging part for me was thinking that it was going to end.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's always there. It's just that you've made peace with it. And that's the trick to it.
Well, you only get 80 years.
Right. Yeah. And you've only held it for how many years? And I mean, like I said, it's in your cells. And I think that's part of the Ascension symptoms that you experience, because once you have addressed it and you're learning how to let it go and see it for what it was, this is how it served me in my lifetime. This is why it happened. You get a basic understanding of that. And then you really can start running with that a little bit. Well, I can, there's nothing that any of us have ever done, and I don't care what it is, that you will not be forgiven for when you pass this life. You will be absolved of all of that. So why do you have to pass and die to be absolved of something when all you have to do is forgive yourself of it? Just as John the Baptist did with Jesus by baptizing him in the river. He was just saying, you can let all that go and start anew. So shadow work is, you can go from this moment forward. You can forgive yourself of anything that's happened in the past, anything you've said. And you don't have to go to that person and actually talk about it and say, well, I'm sorry I did this, and I'm sorry. You can work that out within yourself. I forgive you. I let you go. I know I did wrong. and it wasn't a good thing, but I'm going to forgive myself because it's the best thing I can do for myself. It's like,
Yeah, but you see, what you're describing is considered sacrilegious by so many who take the dogmatic approach that only Jesus can forgive sins and only
but
the
that's not
priests.
true.
No, it's not true, because Jesus was saying, he proved it. John was not a priest.
No.
John was not of the priestly class.
Yeah.
And he, by pouring the water over Jesus, was symbolically showing everyone that the water of life is within you,
Mm-hmm.
and that you can
And you
pour
can
that over
cleanse your
and cleanse
own
yourself
self.
with your intent.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to, they do enforce the fact that you've got to be real about it. You got to really mean it.
Yeah.
You got to be sincere with your own self.
Yeah.
That's where that honesty comes in that Sophia's talking about,
Mhm.
Lori.
Yep.
You've got to be honest. And the word repentant has such a negative connotation nowadays, because I don't want to hear about the holy rollers telling me I have to repent or I'm going to go to hell. The word repent itself, take that out.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be truly
Self-forgiveness.
self-forgiving of yourself
Mhm.
and full
And
of
others.
grace to recognize that what you did wasn't for the greater good or yourself, and that you were potentially violating the law of do no harm.
Yeah.
Be kind to accepting and loving of one another. Don't do things to hurt or harm people. So if in your inner shadow work you have come to the realization that that wasn't the right thing, it wasn't the greater good of anyone, let alone your own self, now release that, forgive that. That's part of your growth plan.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do things from time to time to experience it and know what you like or what you don't like, what you should do or what you shouldn't do in your own heart and perception. Then you work within the Godhead within, and as your image and the reflection of the all-perfect Creator, you are that reflection. And so you reflect it back to yourself of that's the light, the way to the light, the love, and the truth from within.
Mm-hmm.
And you release the guilt. And you release what happened then is not what's happening now, and you move forward.
Mm-hmm. Because you can't go back.
Right.
The future's not here yet.
But those little thoughts, let me tell you, people, they start creeping in at the worst times.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get to that point where you've been through this process so many times with yourself, you can go, oh crap. Within 10 seconds, I just let it in. No, don't park here. Park at your own risk. Get out.
Right. Right.
So I'm getting better and better minute by minute,
Yeah.
because I'm able to do that.
Yeah. I'm curious, Jasmine, have you done any shadow work? And if you have, what could you speak about that?
Yeah. So what I usually start out with, and this is just my method from half from what I learned from school, half from what I learned from others, but I don't like the terminology. It's called a brain dump.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But basically, if you are someone with a lot of ruminating thoughts, or someone who thinks very quickly, or someone who has ADHD, or someone who has a lot on their plate, or just anything, it's a really simple exercise of where you get a piece of paper and you just write it all out. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make you, because like when people think of journaling, they think of like you're telling someone a story, right? You go into story mode and you start explaining this, that, and you know, like if you're writing like a pen pal letter. No, a brain dump is completely like you just, everything that's in your mind, you just put it all on paper. You just blah. Like if you're just dumping out your purse, or if you're dumping out your backpack, you let it all out and let it all go.
So what's the difference between that and journaling?
Journaling has a thought. So like when you journal, like there's a lot of diaries that start out stuff like, dear diary, today I went to the store and I did blah, 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 blah. And it goes into story mode. And so your brain starts to like think of, okay, this is going to be the next word. This is going to be the next word. So it's a very structural way of thinking. Mm-hmm. When you do a brain dump, it's more of like chaos and just raw thoughts. Like it's not, you don't even have to write in a straight line. You can write anywhere, and how big, how little,
as long as you get it out.
Rules.
Mm-hmm.
You just dump it all out.
So
Yep.
so it's like free writing.
Yes, almost like free writing.
Yeah.
But
Right.
with free writing, you're trying to be connected to something and then like,
Correct.
all that. But this is
You're
like
channeling it.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
nothing. Like,
Yeah, this is you personally, your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and you're getting it down. I can remember one time I was really upset with a friend of mine. I was in my 20s, and I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I pulled a binder out and I just started writing down all the stuff that was bothering me about this person. And it was 3 or 4 pages by the time I was done. And as I went back through and read it, it didn't bother me anymore.
right. Right.
It just didn't bother me.
No, and that's the trippy part of it. Like for some reason, it helps. It's kind of like I was reading the book, "Women Who Run with Wolves," right? And it's a bunch of just random stories that, like, when I go back and think of it logically, and I'm like, these are just like off the wall stories.
Yeah.
Why do I feel better? Why does it heal something inside of me? And
Because you're looking at it, you're addressing it, I think, is what it is.
I think it's addressing something on an energetical and emotional plane.
It is
that
energetic.
logically you cannot
Yes.
explain. It's not a place of logic. It's
Right.
a place of just
Energy.
Yes.
I had to get that energy out. It was like venting. I had to vent that out. And once I vented and I read it back and I thought, really? It's really not that big a deal. I felt so much better. And I use that. Now I really do that. So if I'm having a hard day or there's a situation I'm having trouble with, I just start writing it out. However I feel about it, I write it out.
I write everything. I'm like, F you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I go back and I'm just like, man, I was mad about this, right?
Right.
But they're just their personal moments, you know. I start off with a brain dump.
Yeah.
And then after I do a brain dump, then I go to the ones that make me feel like the most vulnerable, the most insecure, the most emotional, the most rage. Then I go back and I highlight or I circle those instances. So then I know those are places that I need to do a deep dive, and I need there's something there.
It's like taking a microscope or a microscope
Magnifying
to your
glass.
brain thoughts and going, well, let's really look at this right here. Oh, that's interesting. And why am I feeling this way over here? And it's like, it gives you just a chance to really look at it and absorb it. And then you can decide, well, now I can let this go.
Or call bullshit on yourself.
That's true.
Because I do that too. After I calm down and I'm like, is it really that deep?
Yeah. Is it really that big a deal?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Yeah.
Yeah. So once I do that, and once I figure out like my vulnerable points, right? Then I do what's called it's the pros and cons of it, right?
Yeah.
Well, what are the pros and cons of this, right? So then I'll write the pros and cons. And then I'll go back and look at the list and I'll do an emotional evaluation over it, right?
I like that.
I don't just go like, oh, well, there's more cons than there are pros, right? Because there might be a pro that emotionally feeds me more than the 3 cons. Like, I don't care about those 3 cons because this one emotional need is way more than those 3 cons, right?
Yeah.
So once I make the pros and cons list, I go back and I give each item an emotional value. And then I do my tallies and I figure out which side has the most to give, right? I start thinking like, okay, so then is it worth doing XYZ? Is this, you know what I mean? Then that's when I start using my logic side. So that's how I started doing my shadow work. I started using other things like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. That has a lot to do with it's a really great book. I know I've said it a lot, but even if you're old, like not a teen, I would still highly recommend that book. It's really entertaining. It has great symbolism. It has mirror work. It has mirror magic in the book.
Yeah.
I like its
mirror magic, but it's mirror.
Yeah.
It says like go in front of the mirror and say 3 positive things about yourself.
How many people cannot do that? You guys in chat, how many people cannot go to the mirror and say something positive?
3 positive things about yourself.
Yeah.
Jasmine,
and how many will not allow themselves to say positive things about themselves? Sorry about that.
Right. And how deep can you go with it? It's like, okay, you have pretty hair. Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah.
keep going.
Jasmine, did you read the predecessor to the teen book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Because that's the predecessor to the book.
So I have a problem of where I can hear the voice when I'm reading something.
Uh-huh.
And his dad speaks like such an eloquent professor.
Uh-huh.
Because it's Sean Convey, and that's the son. And he speaks like so down to earth. He's like, hey, I don't know how you got this book. I don't know if your mom gave it to you, if your teacher gave it to you, if you're seeing a therapist or whatever. But hey, you know what? You have the book. Let's read the first page or something together. And I'm just like, I like this guy. I read that. And dad's like, well, according to psychology, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You lost me, buddy. What are you talking about? And then, yeah, I can't.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's a great book for the adult.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
If you
curious.
like more of the science and logical and like not speaking to a friend,
Yeah.
get the adult book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If you want to talk to, like, you're talking to a close friend, I would get the teen version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could do it that way. Yeah.
Charles said that that book is very dry. I couldn't get past the first few pages.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I think the teen book opens up with a really powerful quote that says, I can place the world at your feet, or I can destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's habit. If you're easy on me, I can destroy you. But if you discipline me and we work together, they can place the world at your feet. It's a really great book. But anyways, does that answer your question about how I do my shadow work?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And now I'm curious about Nick. Nick, what do you have to say about the shadow work?
Man, I'm going through that stuff right now. Not the shadow work, but the transition part. Because I've been feeling like I'm in a heavy boat of inertia and feeling lost. But this is like my 4th time going through this cycle. So it's like, I know it's going to pass. I have the faith that it'll get better because it's just part of those things. And then Jasmine brought up something to me about how I think you guys did too, that everything happens and ends in like 7s. Just like how the Rosicrucians taught. How each cycle is like 7. So like for our life cycle, that's every 7 years.
Oh, your cells replicate every 7 years.
Yeah. So it's kind of symbolic too on a spiritual level that something new happens. So like a big change every 7 years. And I'm currently about to turn 29. So I'm about to hit that new 7 mark.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just being patient at the moment.
Yeah.
Waiting for an opportunity to
patient
rise.
with
They know what I
yourself.
want. I've been saying for the past few weeks what I want. It hasn't shown its head yet. So
Yep. It what do they call it? Divine timing. Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they freezing? Or are we freezing?
It looks like
Have to all correlate, come together.
I'll see them.
Yeah. There we go. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, that's fascinating. Like I was kind of curious if you were kind of following that line. So it's good to know you are. So keeping a positive attitude and knowing that things are going to work out. They always do, one way or the other.
Well, I got some good advice from Sophia a while ago too, saying that if you can't get to that positive mindset, at least aim for neutral. Or
fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it.
So yeah, sometimes some days are like that because ever since because I've been going through like this 7th cycle, I've had a lot of deaths, and this last one just kind of toppled me over.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
My mom died. 2 of my pets died. One of my best friends I considered brother 20 years died, and then recently my other brother of over 20 years died. So like, this all happened in like this
lot of change. A lot of change.
Yeah. And then I left my job too. So like,
right. So the death of your job.
A lot of stuff happening. So,
that's it just means that it's time for that to come to an end, whether you did it or someone else does it. That just means that challenge is over and it's time for new ones. Yeah.
Yep.
And so there's just that period of in between until you can reach the other side, and you're going to do it. You always will.
Yep.
You're always going to. So it's whether you want to make it hard on yourself or easy. And that's your choice.
Exactly. And
sure.
that's where faith comes into play, because during that downtime, almost like it's like the break before the next chapter.
Yep.
There's a lot of unknown variables going on.
Yeah.
So
it's that wind down before you can wind back up. So, and if that's necessary, it's needed.
Yep.
And that allows you to refocus.
Yep.
Yep. And you're doing that. So
yeah, my best advice for people that go through it, because everyone goes through these phases,
Uh-huh.
is to stay level-headed. Don't self-destruct.
Yep.
Some people go through these phases and then they spaz the freak out, like they drug that ruins them, or they start becoming unfaithful, or like they start partying nonstop, or like they start self-harming in some capacity. Don't do that. Like, relax.
Right.
Stay level-headed.
Yes.
So.
Stay above it, and stay on top of it. And any challenges or things that pop up, deal with them right away and take care of it. Do the best you can with it.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Yeah.
And what helps me, I do it a little bit different from how Jasmine does it. How Jasmine was telling us how, like, she writes down the pros and cons, and she might have 3 cons, but her pro might outweigh those 3. I do it differently. I point out the pros and cons, and then I hyper focus on the pros.
Yeah.
And I totally disregard the cons. So there's I think it's Seneca, one of the philosophers I like in Stoicism. He says the best way to stop something from manifesting is to starve it.
Yeah. What's right about it? How could this situation get better?
Yeah.
Instead of how can it get worse?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want it better, you gotta not humor the negative outcomes. So that's what I mean by starving it.
Yeah.
Don't feed it energy. Not feeding it energy prevents it from manifesting.
Exactly. Yeah. Well said, Nick. Well said. Brian, I want to get your take on the shadow work aspect of it. What's your thoughts and feelings about the shadow work aspect of it?
One thing that I've learned recently is the comment I made a couple weeks ago when I wasn't on the show and in the room.
Yes.
When you do somebody wrong, or somebody's done you wrong, and you're doing that shadow work and trying to heal that, it is very important, once you have healed that, to go in then and say, was that a contract that I had with that person? And then once you find out, that was a contract, then it's very important for you to say, that contract has been fulfilled.
Yes.
So that releases you from a lot of that, especially when you recognize that it was a contract that you had signed with this person to experience that. And when you say that contract is fulfilled, that releases you of all obligations, because the contract has been fulfilled and you recognize that it has been fulfilled.
Yeah.
So
excellent point.
Yeah. So when you're doing the shadow work, once you recognize, okay, I did this person wrong, not only am I sorry for what I did to them, I forgive myself for what I did to them, and I know it was wrong. But then you go on meditation, you realize that was a contract I had with them. So now it's important for me to say that contract has been fulfilled with them, and that actually releases both of you from the contract. And then maybe doing that, they might get the forgiveness in their heart to forgive you for what has been done.
So energetically, you're releasing that energy within yourself, because your contract or agreement that you had with that person,
it's been fulfilled.
Exactly.
Yep. So you release yourself from it.
Yeah. I love that. How about you, Teresa? What's shadow work for you? Thank you, Brian.
Waking up every morning and asking myself, why am I not thanking myself for what I'm grateful for?
Yeah.
No, I think I covered it pretty much. It's just going deep within and facing your demons.
Yeah.
Your inner demons. And it's oftentimes you yourself not being kind to your own self. So shadow work for me is a lot of questioning. It's an interview. It's just like sitting here with you all. And saying, Brian, what do you think of this? Jasmine, what do you think of that? Nick, what do you ask yourself in multiple ways. But I should caution folks that going at a nice pace with this is a good thing. Be kind to yourself in the process. You don't want to beat yourself up. That's not the point.
Right.
Shadow work isn't about punishing yourself.
Yeah.
It's not about strapping yourself on the back
like you're a child.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself like you're a child.
Well, talk to your inner child.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
But you don't have, I mean, it's just temperance, everything in moderation and temperance and don't be so anxious or rushing yourself with this. It's a process. And so recognize that you're trying to work on a transition, you know, let the butterfly unfold, you know, and treat yourself with a lot of love and respect and forgiveness and kindness.
Yeah.
But the shadow work is just the honesty and the integrity. If you can't be honest with yourself, who are you going to be honest with?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes that's harder than being honest with other people, being honest with yourself.
Very.
Yeah.
And I noticed Charles, hello. I can't type right
Hi,
now
Charles.
the way I am. And,
good to see you.
In Lucky Stone
Spider
is
Bite,
here.
good to
Spider
see you.
Bite.
Lucky Stone. Yep.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. So let's move down to integration. The modern understanding emphasized the integration of spirit and matter, a process of waking up and transforming physical experience through spiritual awareness. Now, a lot of people are on one spectrum or the other. Some of us are on a spectrum where we're connected to spirit, and others are not quite there yet, connected to spirit. So there's there's two different ways to come at that. The thing about having a connection to spirit, it's typically some form of trauma or maybe a death in the family or something that triggers that spiritual awakeness where you're starting to understand about spirit. There are many other catalysts that get you to that point, but some of you are out there and you're not connected to spirit, or you're just now getting into it, or you're slightly connected. It just depends on where you are on your spiritual awakening. But the spiritual awareness is the part of you that knows that you're the eternal being, that you are a being of love and light, and that is your home self, so to speak, and not the human part, the human experience you're experiencing. You're really, it's one whole piece, but you're in two different places.
Yeah, exactly. What Spider Bite had to say.
Yeah. Let's see, what's he saying? I'm sorry, I don't know. I have learned that it is not the action that matters, it's the feeling. That's what you need to resolve. Come to terms that all is okay. Absolutely. No matter what, you're always okay. Yeah. That's true. Yes. Yes. Cool. Thank you for that comment. And then the inner transformation. It is an internal process of transformation rather than just the escape from the physical reality. The journey is highly individual, as I was just saying, with different triggers and paths for everyone achieving the ascended state. So it's going to be very different for you. It's going to be very different for me and everyone on the panel and those watching. You're all going to have your own little experience with it. So that's the nature of the beast. We're all on different paths, and we're just.
Although what we have discovered is because we attract certain people within our soul group, our soul families, we might have very, very, very almost identical experiences, but they happen at different times in our journey.
That's
Mine
true.
happened, this certain thing happened back in my 20s to me, but it happened in your 30s to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the timing and sequence might be off, but you know what we found out? The closer you are to people, like Brian and Trina are close. Sophia's got so many. The closer you are to these folks, when you start to your soul family or your soul group, what happens is that you're strengthening one another. Because if she hadn't gone through certain things a few years ago, I would have gone bonker, crazy, caca, crazy, because she's here to help me pull me out of it, and vice versa. If I hadn't gone through some things that I went through a few years ago.
Kind of like being the older child. and the younger
Yeah, but you're
child.
trading off and on.
Yes, that's true.
When you find out you've
Yeah.
experienced it.
It's not so bad,
Yeah.
you know, it's not that big a deal, but it feels
Yeah.
like it to you because you're going through
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So it might
that's
be
true.
your inner transformation, but always know, folks, you're surrounded
Yeah.
by people who've already been through it, probably, or
Mhm.
something.
And
like
talk
it.
about it, discuss it, get
Yeah.
out there, get
Yeah.
open with it, you know,
Yeah.
express your feelings. And it's hard to do these types of topics with some people, like close family members and things like that, because they don't understand, and you don't understand why they don't understand. And
Just this morning, first thing this morning, because of a dream or a vision I was given during a dream state last night, this one says, why don't you bring in this, you know, we're saying, maybe we should bring this spirit in, because why'd they pop up in my dreams? What's the message? It was a message for both of us. And he was a captain, sea captain.
Mhm.
And anyway, he gave us a set of instructions on how to, and what he's pointing out to us is that we've been doing it. We've been doing it all along. We've been gathering the information, and we've been navigating our course. He was a sea captain, and it was a
Mhm.
previous
It was
life.
very nautical, and with
Very-
his metaphors and things
Metaphors
like
were
that.
very nautical.
You know, don't rush into the wave, ride the wave, don't let the wave ride you,
Quarter the
kind of a
wave,
thing.
you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he had an example of everything, every one of this for something we were going through in our life. And he was reminding us that we've been doing it all
Yeah.
along quite
Yeah.
successfully.
Mhm.
So listen to the spirit guides when they come in. I actually asked him to come back in. I'm like, you were in my dreams last night. Who are you? And what was the purpose of showing me this dream?
And this is really a concurrent lifetime.
It's a concurrent lifetime. And in the dream, he was taking his ship out to sea because the town was suffering and having a lot of illness, and he was going to get on a supply run.
Mm.
And he was carrying supplies to them for some needs that they had. He did everything not so good, and the ship sunk, you know, on the way back. On the way to port, he made it through a storm, but on the way back, he hit a rock and he sunk the ship and killed a lot of people. But there was a small group of them that were left over, and they made it to shore with the supplies that the town needed.
They didn't give up.
They didn't give up.
And
They
it was all metaphoric.
It was all metaphoric,
Yeah.
and he made it through
Mhm.
back to the town. So the point is that he is sometimes it's not so much the shadow work, it's allowing yourself get a past life regression or bring in spirit, or if you are one of those who can start to channel in more, they bring that insight to you in the most difficult of circumstances and
Mhm.
remind you
Mhm.
of what your strengths are, and they remind you of things you don't want to repeat moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting. But I want to get to the last thing here, and then I have something I'd like to talk about real quick, and then we would like to get Sophia to pull a card. Sophia will pull a card for us. I've got this.
No, I said I was touching on that.
Yes. Yeah. I gotcha.
Okay.
I gotcha. So
It's not used to having somebody sit next to me.
I'm not used to it either.
He's not used to it.
So thanks a lot. Things that make you go,
Guess what? You can't kill the connection.
You need to stop.
Come on, stop it.
Come on, Jasmine. Thank you. Somebody help me here. Jeez Louise.
I wanted to touch on something before we go to the last subject. You were talking about not ascension sickness, but ascension symptoms.
Yes.
Right? And how
Yes.
it happens at cellular level. Spirit is telling me to share my story, even though I don't want to, but he showed me a
Please
sign,
do.
so I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Please do.
It's kind of gross. So you know how you said that it happens like on a cellular level?
Yes.
So my entire life, I've never been one to sweat. Like even if I work out, I'm not like dripping sweat. I might be
No.
like a little clammy or a little sticky, but I was never like, I never had to use deodorant because I've never
Wow.
sweated, right? Because I've always been so like cool, calm, and collected, I guess.
Yeah.
But once I started going through the ascension process, I started sweating, and I'm like, "What the hell is this? What is this?" This is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Ringing in the ear. Oh God! As soon as you said that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. It was
ringing
so,
in the
I was
ear.
like,
I had that.
what do I do? Because I started going to like the emotional healing class with Jim, and then we started doing like the runes class with Sophia, and then we did the Reiki class. So I was really like soaking all this stuff up. I like, to me, I was like, give more information, give me more, right? And I got it. And then after my attunement, it was my first attunement with the Reiki class. Oh my God. And it didn't smell, like it didn't have like an odor to it. I just felt so gross and like, ugh, what like, but then I was like, so then I started chatting with my guides because, you know, that's the skill that I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why is this happening to me? I don't like it. And then they're like, we're cleansing. We're deep. Like, what did he say?
It's
Not
a deep
deprogramming,
release.
But
It's a release.
yeah, he's like,
Sweating
we're
is
cleansing
actually
all that
releasing,
stuff out. We're just getting
Yep.
all that stuff out, right? And I went to Sophia,
detoxifying.
and I was like, Sophia, help me. And then she's
Mhm.
like, use rose oil. And I was like, rose
Yeah.
oil? She's like, yes, it's for self-love. You got to embrace this part of you.
Mhm.
And I was like, I got to embrace. I gross. And then
Yeah.
I sat down and I thought about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I gotta love my gross human side too, I guess. So
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm. Embrace it all.
Yeah.
those symptoms, you know,
Yep.
they come in all shapes and sizes. But that was one of my ascension symptoms, and I thought, you know, how people say like, oh, you'll get like lightheaded, or you'll feel like you're not really here, or you'll have these profound dreams, or you know, like all these cool ascension symptoms. No, I got sweats. I was like, great.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually makes a lot of sense to me, because when you're going through all that, you're releasing a lot of the toxins on a cellular level. And what's the best way to get toxins out of your body is to sweat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. Yeah. Well, let's get to this last. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian. Go for it.
Spider bite. Was
Yeah.
talking about Reiki and said that stuff is dangerous. It is far from dangerous. It's just channeling energy from the universe.
Well, you are a Reiki master, and so is Jasmine, and so is Nick. Is that correct?
All
And
of
so is Sophia.
And Sophia. That's
We're
right.
all
I'm
masters.
sorry,
Yeah.
Sophia.
Yeah, there's no danger in it whatsoever.
The only time it's dangerous is if some scam artist is trying to get you from level 1 to 3 in a week. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you puke
And
in.
Yeah.
isn't this like about a 2 or 3 year process that you go through? I mean, this is like major study.
I waited at least 1 to 1.5 years before doing Reiki 2 and then Reiki 3. I have, and during that time frame, I was practicing the entire time on the
Yes.
current level I was on. So that's
Yeah.
the
It actually took me 4 years.
Okay. Yeah. So it's an in-depth study,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it is energy healing, and it's real. It is a very real thing. Yeah.
I think the best way, like for those that are more scientifically minded, is that your brain is electrical impulses, right? With the neurons. Your heart is electrical, right?
Right.
So then why do we walk around with 3 inches of rubber all day long? Tell me, when are you ever grounded? So all of that extra energy is just looping
Yeah.
around in your
Good
body.
point.
Well,
And
I
it's
have to
like-
say,
Good
you
point,
are
Jazz.
grounded because you are on Earth, and you are grounded to the Earth. So you're automatically grounded. But I see what you're saying about the rubber part.
Yeah.
You know, you want to take your shoes off and walk around on the grass and, you know, connect with the Earth. But you are always grounded because you are a human
If
being.
you allow it, though, if you allow yourself to be grounded, you will be grounded. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that I
But
talk
by
to. and they're constantly
scientifically,
saying,
gravity wise, you are already grounded to the
yeah,
Earth.
but
Yeah.
not current, not electricity wise. Like,
Yes.
how do you ground a wire?
I
You gotta
understand
put
what
it
you're
in the
saying.
ground.
I understand.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're not walking around with like our toes in the ground.
Yeah, yeah. Or your feet in the water. That's another good one
That's
as
another
well.
Well,
way.
here's an example. You're camping. You're in a tent. There's a thunderstorm outside. You think you're safe in your tent. You're protected from the thunder. But the thunder hits the ground. The electrical activity runs through the ground and into your feet
Exactly.
while you're laying in the tent.
Mhm.
So we're not grounded unless we're wearing rubber sole shoes, and we're not laying our body on the ground. We're elevated and our feet are on the ground only. So that's what you mean, technically speaking, from being grounded. Lori's talking about mass because we've come into matter. So it is the matter that holds our grounding of our spirit and our soul here
Oh yeah, yeah.
in the human form, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she understands what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, but
definitely.
maybe others didn't. So
Yeah, I gotcha.
yeah.
So ultimately, ascension is really about the Christ consciousness. And I'm not talking about religion. I'm just talking about the Christ consciousness. In some metaphysical beliefs, ascension is the final step in attaining Christ consciousness and achieving cosmic awareness and oneness with the divine. So really, that's what that's about. But so anyway, we just wanted to go over that with you guys and just kind of break it down a little bit.
Yeah.
We're getting to the 7:30 mark, but I wanted to have Sophia pull some cards for us for the group, for everybody watching, who will watch us and who's watching now. Just a collective message would be really, really beneficial.
She's wearing her magic hat.
She's got her magic hat on. I can
Magic
see
hat,
that.
yeah,
Yeah. Her witchy poo hat.
Yeah.
It's getting cold outside.
I'm going to start
Uh-oh.
running if I see a wand come out.
See if you see a what?
You'll get
Wand.
a card, Charles. Charles wants a card. You're going to get a
Oh, I
card.
like the little wand. That
Oh,
was
that's cute. You
Yeah.
actually have one?
It's a little
Oh, blessings.
one.
Every day.
I
All
love it.
right.
Beach card again.
So Sophia's pulling some tarot cards for the group. And of course, Charles would like a special card if you could, Sophia.
Ooh, nice.
He's requesting a special card.
There we go.
All right.
All right. So this evening we will be using the Golden Girls deck.
Oh, I like that. Don't you say a word.
What? I didn't say anything.
You don't have to. I
You
can hear it.
How do you do
stop.
this next to Nick all the time?
All
You
right.
walk away with little bruises.
Collective message.
I feel you, Nick. Huh? What are you talking about? You talking to me?
All right. Let's go. One off. Ooh, there we did a backflip.
Nah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the Knight of Pentacles is what came forward. There we
Okay.
go.
Mhm.
And when I resonate with the Knight of Pentacles, Knights are all about support. They're about getting assistance and moving forward, taking action. But with the Pentacles, this would be the slowest of the Knights, which when I flipped it over and looked at it, I'm like, well, that's cool. And then I hear Spirit say progress is progress. So
Mhm.
not putting any unnecessary stress on ourselves to pursue our ascension. You know, some people like myself have the privilege of spending time, you know, because I don't have any children. So
Mhm.
I've got a lot of extra time that some people don't. But knowing it's not a race, knowing that we're all down here on our own little soul missions, doing the best to honor ourselves one step at a time. So I would say with the, there it goes,
Get on
with
your
the Knight
horse
of
and ride.
Pentacles,
Yeah.
it would remind us to pace ourselves, that we're our only competition.
Mhm.
And
And you have eternity to do it.
and then to back that up, we've got the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands are, you know, life is full of surprises. Things can change and change rapidly, and
Mhm.
being aware and not taking everything so freaking personal. You
Yeah.
know, just because our society's told us, hey, this is the way you have to do it. Well, don't tell me what to do.
You're not the boss of me.
Yeah, you're not my boss.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can give
I
my
am.
opinion too, and my opinion is to shove yours up here. You know, where the sun don't shine.
I
Let's go
like
at
the
you.
saying that says, I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh, nice.
I like
That's
that.
nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well said. Huh.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sophia, where's your surroundings right now? Are you?
I'm a camp.
Yeah.
Uh huh. You got a
I'm
lot
a
of
candle.
activity. You got a lot of activity.
She
behind
always
you.
has a lot going on.
There's a lot of
I
activity
know, I
I
behind
mean,
see
her.
it's
too.
spiritualist camp of 139 years. There's gonna be some interesting.
They're
things.
totally hanging
They're
out.
totally
I think they're
hanging
digging
out.
the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we took a tour of the museum
Mm.
with all the paintings and stuff, and oh man,
Yes.
some of those pictures are crazy. Like
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes,
caught
they
the
are.
spirit moving like in real time,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you could see like the spirit like leaving a person's body or
It's
like
amazing.
channeling
Yeah.
in. Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Oh, you're
Yep.
talking about the West Gallery where there's the photos of ectoplasm and
Yeah, the ectoplasm. Yeah,
Fascinating. It
Yeah.
really is.
yeah,
What
yeah.
an
They caught it in
amazing
pictures. I
place.
was like, oh, that's crazy. Because we all believe in this stuff, but being able
Sure.
to show someone proof is a different.
Yeah,
level.
actually see it, physically
Yes.
experience it.
When-
Yeah.
when-
I'm
yep.
sure Charles has some interesting
He-
stories.
Oh, look at Charles. Oh, you
Mhm.
got to pull one for Charles.
Yeah.
Fine.
Hey, Nick, how many roses were in the picture?
When I counted it, it was 7. So when I go back, I'm gonna see what the number is.
7.
Wow.
I came up. What didn't we come up with like 14 to 20 or something like that, Brian?
Yeah.
I thought it was
21?
11.
11. I think it was 14.
Huh.
But somebody else in the
That's
room said
interesting.
20, 21.
I thought it was
21?
12. No, 12.
Yeah.
12. They said that every time you count the roses, it's different.
Yeah, it's a different number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
go,
Here's
Charles.
for Charles. What
Hang
you got
on.
for
It's too
Charles?
blurry. There
It's
we go.
the chariot.
Okay.
So that would, with a major arcana, that would be like a major change. The minor arcana is just, like read the newspaper. This is like breaking headlines. So with it being the chariot card, you have the connection to spirit right here, and with no reins, it's the will that directs the opposites. You see, one of them's wearing white, one of them is wearing black.
Mhm.
So that would be like the pillar of mercy and severity. So using the will to move forward, connected to source and the celestial. So it feels like a lot of forward movement going on for Charles right now, but in a very connected, focused, moving forward, progress way. The chariot is an excellent card to get just about anywhere in a reading because it's a sense of control, but not control of the mind, not like control freak, but control of the mind, connection to source. Digging
Yeah.
it, Charles. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Rinse and repeat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? There it is. We're doing
Very
reading
cool.
messages tomorrow in the chapel.
Oh, good.
Doing agate slabs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Good. We're gonna make that chapel sing, ladies and gentlemen.
I
You want to talk to some friends and family.
don't doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
Digging it. Let's go.
So the first card was for the collective. The second card was for Charles.
Yep.
How about for the A7 group here?
Oh, fine, because I find favor upon thee.
Thank you.
Oh my
We
gosh.
love that.
All right. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
No whammies.
Press our luck, press our luck. I know, Lucky. My camera does that.
I think it's the energy that you have in the room that causes that, to be honest.
It is.
It's pretty thick.
Yeah, this is
You're
the-
picking up on it, and I'm picking up on it too.
Oh, I picked up on it halfway through the
See
show.
that?
Yeah,
That
it's
was
always
cool.
that way
Yeah.
when she's at Chesterfield.
Yeah.
Let's tilt some tables and talk to dead people. All right, Spirit.
But the bugle. I want to hear the bugle.
There will be trumpets
know.
flying up in
Yes,
this house,
trumpets
I'm
will
telling
blow,
you.
won't they?
I don't have anything better to do.
Okay,
All
so this
right.
card's for the A7.
Whoa, that one. Oh, that's what's up, Spirit.
Uh-oh.
That's what's up. Come on, this counts as exercise.
Okay.
This one.
3 of Cups.
It's
Oh.
a party.
It is. It's a party. The 3 of Cups. It's just celebrating each other and staying in a state of joy. I mean, you got cheesecake going on there, so you can't go wrong there. The only thing missing is the mead. So,
Oh, cheesecake.
mhm,
It's like your cheesecake.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yum,
I was
yum,
going
yum,
to turn off
yum.
my background, but my house is messy. Sorry about your loss.
It's all good.
When is Sophia planning to sit for physical time? Charles, I will share the answer to that question with you after the show. That's upper room, Bubba.
I was about to say,
Yes.
don't that stuff you don't use cameras
What are you
or
talking
like
about?
live stuff, like when you're doing the medium stuff, like seances and all that.
You know about physical mediumship? Yes,
Yeah.
that's generally done in complete darkness
Right.
or with a severely muted red light, because white light will dissipate materialization and hampers ectoplasm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Next question.
Well, actually, I want to make a comment to Charles. Charles, a while back, quite a while back, you mentioned Leslie Flint, and I want you to know you mentioned it to me to watch that
Mhm.
and to go through that, and I have been watched every single one of those episodes, hours and hours and hours
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Fascinating, fascinating. So if you guys get a chance to check out Leslie Flint, it is quite an amazing. He's quite an amazing channeler, and he actually brings voices from the dead out, and they speak, and it is fascinating. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
crazy,
that
crazy
sounds
stuff.
like direct voice.
It is direct voice. Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
Get the trumpets flying. Let's
Oh
go,
yeah,
sir.
it's amazing stuff, and I mean, you really want to bend your mind like a pretzel. Check that channel out, Leslie Flint Trust.
Love
Yes, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you guys, final thoughts? Brian, final thoughts, brother?
Like Sophia said in the car reading, it's not a race, and also it's not a destination either.
No.
If you think it's a destination, you're going to limit yourself on how far you will ascend. So just know it's a process, and there's no destination, and there's no speed. Everybody's going to go at their own pace in this. Some are going to go faster than others because some are a little more advanced than others. If
Mhm.
you stay on your path, how it's meant for you, you'll get there.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Jasmine, and then Nick. Final thoughts? Tail kitty there.
Skittles got some final thoughts apparently.
Skittles.
I
We had a
love
cat named Skittles.
Yeah. That one's Skittles.
I love it.
You want to go first?
Final thoughts.
When it comes to Ascension, the best way to beat the oppressive system that is constantly putting trials and lessons in your face is to remember to enjoy the ride. Remember that you're supposed to have fun at the end of the day. The classroom doesn't have to be depressing. It can be fun if you let it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And jumping off of that, I think it should be fun to learn about yourself, to be your own best friend. You should see it as
Yes.
a joy to be like, oh, I do like that. Oh, I am a good person. Oh, you know what? I'm great with animals. I'm great. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance, and the only difference is if you put other people down. But if you want to be like, hey, I'm great, and so are you, and so is everybody else, that is completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing that I want to remind people about is nothing has to be perfect. It just
And we're
matters.
perfectly imperfect.
Yes, perfectly imperfect. It reminds me of those Japanese shattered glasses that they repair with gold,
Mm-hmm.
and how each shatter makes things beautiful and unique.
Yeah.
So I would say, I know it's not as easy as saying the words. Life can get a little daunting, especially when you don't know what the way out is, or what the logical solution is, or if you're supposed to work harder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're constantly chasing a dream. You're constantly trying to do blah, 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 blah. But I think if you
Relax.
find some space to embrace your moment, because I feel like this world has trained us to be so outside of our bodies and makes us so busy, so we can't pay attention to like our core selves, or like what your body is. go out and sit in the grass, or go out and listen to the birds, but do something that makes you feel more in your body.
Mhm.
And then try to tackle those problems. And I will tell you that once you're in your body and you have that connection to self again, you'll start to realize that, hey, you know what? Even if this job doesn't go through, I'll still find a way. Even if I have to go work at McDonald's or the car wash, I'll find a way. Like, if there's a will, there's a way. And as
Mhm.
long as you're willing,
Mhm.
there will always be a way out for you.
Yeah.
I think it's also really important to remember that ascension is subjective based on perspective. What someone's in their personal experiences saw as demonic could be the complete opposite of someone else's experience with the topic. I mean, just like with the Reiki thing that got brought up.
Yeah.
You know, there are people that use it for the wrong reasons. But not everyone's like that. Some people use
Right.
it.
There's good people, there's bad people.
Yeah, it's
Positive, negative.
Remember,
Yep.
light and dark does not equate to good and evil. Light and dark, in essence, is a neutral concept. Both of them are. It's the user that turns it into good or bad.
Yeah, it's kind of like how people say that, all pit bulls are evil. It's like, no, it depends on how you raise it.
Yeah.
So to me, like when I entered the spiritual, trust me, I get a lot of backlash from my religious folks, and oh my God, you need to die because your death is going to pay all your sins. And I'm just like,
Ugh.
okay.
Kind of morbid.
Yeah, well, that's
that's just how their
how
mind
they perceive it.
because
Yeah.
It's true.
Jesus
Yeah.
died on the cross for your sins, and you pay your sins with your death. That's just how some Christians believe those scriptures. But anyways, that's off topic.
Yeah, it's convoluted.
But the point is, you still have to take precautions when you're dealing with the spiritual world, because there are trickster spirits, and there
Discernment.
are, use your discernment. That's why I personally don't mess with the Ouija board, because any spirit that's around you will be able to see into that conversation. If you come to one-on-one with your inner spirit, those thoughts are private, and not just anything can have privy to those conversations.
Another good one is
Sophia said something.
Sophia has a comment.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Nick.
I like spirit boards. I've made spirit boards. I've been making spirit boards for decades. It's been a while since I cracked off.
I
with
use
a
the
recent
pendulum
spirit
and a board myself. That's how I started.
But it's kind of like when it comes to a spirit board, programming, intention, who's using it, where are you using it, did you open it right, did you open with a prayer, did you close it, what kind of questions are you asking? So it's kind of like, taking a car with an unlicensed driver into rush hour traffic. Nothing good is going to happen, but if you know what you're doing.
Yes.
I compare it to a loaded gun.
Yes,
that's
a really good analogy. Actually, that's a very spot on analogy.
Like I was about to bring up, like with love magic, for example. Love magic, if used incorrectly, you can start toying with people's free will, and that is just one of those no things that you do in magic. So when I do love spells for someone else, I don't do it myself. I teach them how to do it, and then I give them the space to make that choice or not. So that way I am not putting myself in a position of controlling the situation, because I don't know what kind of soul contracts they have, unbeknownst to me, that saying like a cord cutting, for example, someone tries to do a cord cutting, but they can't do the cord cutting because they haven't finished the prerequisites that they have on the soul contract. Me trying to force that could put a lot of recoil on not just them, but myself. So
true. That's true.
And then all of a sudden their problems in their relationship can backfire and land onto mine. We don't want to do it.
It has to be with the intent, what's best for you and what's best for everyone involved. That's how you want to play that game. If you don't, you're going to cause problems for yourself and others. So it has to be for the good of all. That's it. Yeah. Final thoughts, Sophia?
Final thoughts. What is the truth of ascension?
Or just your final thoughts in general.
It was great to see everybody.
Yes, it was.
It's been a while.
That was way too long.
Yes, agreed.
I just keep seeing the Knight of Pentacles.
Yeah.
Progress is progress. Even if it's incremental, even if it doesn't unfold as quickly as you want it to, giving yourself a break,
Yeah.
honoring yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Yes.
And
There's no
being
one else
what
like
wanna
you
be
in the
around.
whole universe.
Mhm.
You are an original. And you're
Yeah.
very special. We're all very special because there's no one else like us anywhere, ever in time.
We're all
We're it.
significant. Yeah, we're all
Mhm.
significant. Just finding, I think it's our job really to find where we are most effective.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we're going to be down here, have fun,
Mm-hmm.
tilt tables, drink
Yeah.
mead,
Sure.
enjoy.
Yeah.
Life's too short.
Absolutely.
Life's too short.
I totally agree with you.
Love you
So
guys.
good to see you.
Love you
Yes.
too.
See you too.
Okay, Teresa, it's your turn. Final thoughts, my dear.
You know, you're only a few inches away.
Yeah. What's your final
I'm
thought?
having it right now.
That's after the show. After the show.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, we're just playing. Final thoughts.
Yeah. Keep it serious, will you?
Love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Love others
Mm-hmm.
as you would love yourself. Be kind to yourself, and don't give up on yourself. By tricking yourself or letting the ego trick you into believing that something outside of you is in total control.
Ribbit.
Okay? She's keeping it serious. Jeez. Anyway, it's a pleasure to see you all, and I want to thank you. My final thoughts are I can't wait to get into this space that you all have been, a lot of you have been praying for and hoping for and putting out intents for me. And you never left me hanging. And I may have had to walk away to focus on other things, but I really do appreciate all of your time and love and energy and thinking about me and asking me questions and sending me messages to support me. And I shall do the same for you every chance I get. But without all of you supporting that, I think I would have lost myself into myself and not the highest version of myself. So to me, the truth behind Ascension is not all this new age language and everything. It's just the simple understanding of who you truly are in your divinity. And yet you're better than that. You're better than beating yourself up and feeling like, and you're better than releasing anger. You're better than wanting revenge. You're better than that. So just remember, you're the best version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And keep it going. Keep that vibe going. And don't allow yourself to be sucked out of that vortex of knowing and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because ego will lie to you. Others will lie to you. Some not so nice spirits will try to deceive you. Just hold your ground. Keep your focus. Keep your faith.
Be strong.
Be strong because you will overcome. That doesn't mean you're not going to break down and cry every now and then or have a really bad headache day. You're going to have those moments. Allow yourself to have those. That's a part of your cleansing.
Yeah.
So,
well, Teresa, you are truly loved, and everyone here has done nothing but put good intents out for you. And we're glad that you're finally reaching your goal and you've gotten there, and you're going to be reaping those rewards soon. So you worked hard, and you deserve it. So
and you've been a good coach.
You too.
So the
All
rest
fun
of you.
aside, my final thoughts are, I think it's really important to remember that if we could just be in love and be in joy in everything that we do, it would make life so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It does.
So thank you all for being here. Thank you all in chat. Thank you all for watching, those who will watch in the future. Hopefully somebody got something out of it. And if you did, then we did what we came here to do, right?
Amen
We
to
made
that.
it happen. So
Yeah.
hope to see you all next week. So much love for you, Sophia. So much love for Brian, Jasmine, and Nick. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys. And have a wonderful weekend and a great rest of the evening.
Hope your car gets fixed, Brian, and safe travels home.
It will. It will.
All right.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
It's all good. Peace and love, everybody. Night, night.